Okay, well, here's a dude's view on the Twisted Timbers media event today at King's Dominion. Just got home from it. Overall, just a phenomenal event. One of the better media days I've been to. Got there to a vacant parking lot, just drive right in, got in line. The line started going in right as I arrived. Took a few videos. Got links to those on my channel. Please subscribe if you like what you see. We get there. This event was supposed to happen yesterday, but the park was scared off by the weather. It was supposed to still be icy yesterday, ended up not being. It was still in the 30s when we were walking back to the ride today. So we get back there, and they pretty much went straight to the media presentation. They didn't really have any live shots from any of the media. The media was there, but they, obviously there was no morning shows going on at 10 a.m. So all the leaders of the park were there. Tony Johnson spoke. A couple people from RMC spoke, and pretty short. I showed a couple of videos. Again, these are on my site. There's two halves for the media presentation. They showed one video, a time lapse of building the coaster, and then another one from RMC that showed some videos of some of the parts being put together and everything. Video was a little washed out because the sun was very bright, beautiful, clear morning, but they're on there for you to see. And then and Snoopy and Charlie Brown were there dancing along, and then we were pushed off to go ride the ride. So my friend Dan Biggerstaff and Jan Biggerstaff, we all got in line. We were on, I don't know, like the third train out. Dan weaseled his way up to front row somehow. I was in the third row. I've ridden other RMCs. I've ridden Lightning Rod at Dollywood once, which I think is its own coaster. There's really nothing like that. Ridden the big one. The name escapes me, up in Six Flags Great America. The huge one up there. And probably the one that really reminds me the most of it, the best comparison to this ride, without a doubt, is Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom. Of course, as soon as they announced this and they showed them working on the drops, okay, they're going to have the same spiral drop, and of course they do. I love that spiral drop. It follows the track of Hurler pretty much exactly, with the extra height so they can make it all the way around. First Phantom's fun. The first out leg is just a bunch of huge, really negative G-filled bunny hops. Or not bunny hops, but hills. On the second ride, I saw a phone go floating in slow motion past the train. Then the first cutback I thought was very reminiscent of the cutback element on Drachenfire. Not sure if they did that at all out there, giving a homage to their competitor, but it was very similar. Then on the way back, the first return leg was very odd. It you go up to an elevated section, and there's some trick track where you're sort of thrown to the left, thrown to the right, and thrown up, and it really doesn't flow well. It was, I heard people saying it was running sluggish today. It was, only in the 40s when we were riding, so I'm sure it's going to run faster. You get into the 80s and 90s this summer. That section is going to be pretty brutal, I think. If you like intense laterals and being thrown around, that section is going to be for you. For me, not so much. Coming out of that, you then go into the second barrel roll in the turnaround there, and then some smaller bunny hops out, another cut back, and on the way back some more trick track into the brake run. Overall, it's incredibly smooth, incredibly quiet. I mean, it's almost silent running. We could not believe. Completely the opposite, though, is the incredibly loud lift hill. I don't know, the chain and the rollback dogs just make an absolute racket. I didn't recall that on Storm Chaser. Maybe it was there, but it really stuck out this morning. But it was a very quiet park around us and everything, so maybe it just sort of stood out more. I ended up getting 3 rides total, which wasn't a whole lot. Probably could have got some more, but they had some excellent food, which kudos to King's Dominion. Some of the best food I've ever had on a media day. not quite the filet mignon for the Predator Media Day at Kentucky Kingdom many years ago, but pretty darn close. They had they had a lot of their new food they were definitely showcasing. They had their new sliders. They had the crab cake slider, a little hamburger slider, very good. They had some typical breakfast food. Actually had mimosas to go with your breakfast. They were a little stiff, so that was good. And then they were really showcasing their macaroni bar. They talked about that quite a bit. That's their new restaurant concept. They had a few different kinds of base macaronis, and then you get to add a lot of vegetable options and a few meat options to add on there. That was really good mac and cheese. That was quite tasty. Then they had two Twisted Timbers ice sculptures that were surrounded by shrimp cocktail. That was first rate, really good sauce, really good shrimp. Homer Simpson couldn't eat it all. It was quite good and plentiful. Then they had the desserts. My gosh, they had cake balls. They had chocolate covered strawberries. They had these amazing little plastic shot glasses full of different shakes. They had strawberry shake, a chocolate one, and then they had a weird apple. I didn't get one of the apple, like an apple turnover shake. They ran out of those pretty quickly. I think the word got out how good they were, and they disappeared. And then they had, your standard drinks. So all that was great. Great food. The line ended up being, very short. They had a couple of pieces of time where it was down for a little bit. And then of course they had Apple's Apple running, which is the old Ricochet, painted very, very bright candy apple green. It was running great. The tracks had no paint loss at all yet. So that was nice to really brighten up the area. The theming for Twisted Timbers Q is great. We've all seen the tree, which is phenomenal. They have a couple of Apple trucks there. The on-ride photo kiosk is an Apple truck. There's a couple of broke down trucks in the queue. So, really top-notch job with the theming by King's Dominion. So, really the whole media day was great. One bad thing I did near the end of the event, noticed my camera was gone. Had an old camera, but I took it to take some better pictures, and actually ended up speaking with Tony Johnson, the manager of King's Dominion. He was super happy, nice and great guy, and he's very helpful. We'll help you find that. Stay here. We got some guys going out. A couple of the guy who lost the phone on the track I was on, the train, and then another guy lost his phone, wallet, and keys. So we waited around a long time. Finally, they come back with a big handful of things, and I saw my camera on the top. It was gone, but they did find the SD card. The one guy's phone was trash. The other guy had an OtterBox case. He got his phone, clicked the power button, just came right on like nothing happened. One corner of the case was broke, but I'm not getting paid for this, but the OtterBox case sure did its job for that guy. He said he probably lost it at the top of the biggest hill, so it did a 50-60 foot drop onto the gravel and came out completely unscathed. So now they didn't find his keys, but those will show up, I'm sure. The other cool thing, one thing, the food was served on with Twisted Timbers napkins, which were really cool. And the coolest thing, they actually had Twisted Timbers plastic plates to put all your food on. So actually putting up a pair of these on eBay if you're so inclined to buy that. Had a couple other things they're handing out. We got our media kit that's got links to all the videos and everything that I'll be putting up on my channel here in just a few minutes. And the best tchotchke, without a doubt, was a plastic encased special ticket for the media day. They're numbered. You'll see there's some squiggles on mine near the end. Saw a guy that looked like really old Jesus, all gray hair. Didn't realize it was Alan Schilke. He's aged a bit. He was there. So this little squiggle here on the side is Alan Schilke. And then the other one here is Fred Grubb, who is the founder of Rocky Mountain Construction. So this is a really, really nice thing that I got from the event. So, once again, can't thank King's Dominion enough to invite us there to ride their new ride. It's going to have long lines. It's going to be really, really popular with families. It's not too intense. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of the elements are just, you know, I mean, it's such an enormous improvement over the hurler, obviously. And, you know, it's a great thing. I hate seeing wood coasters being torn down. You know, we're losing them every year. So I sort of look down upon RMC sometimes on that. The hurler, I feel, you know, there's essentially 4 wooden roller coasters there, counting Racer as 2. They lost one of them that was in pretty rough shape to an RMC retrack. So that one, I can understand that one, and it was the right thing for the park to do, definitely. It's going to be pleasing a lot of people. But boy, hold on to your loose articles. They ain't kidding. Be interesting to hear what happens tonight when the non-professional riders show up and don't heed the warnings nearly as much as we did. That thing's going to be eating a lot of phones over the next few weeks, I have a feeling. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and the update and the review of the Media Day. Like I say, I've got some videos that I filmed there, and I'll be putting all the King's Dominion Media Day all on my channel. Please subscribe to it. I got lots of other media videos, and then I've got a lot of dark rides and water slides, haunted houses, classic games, just a bunch of stuff I've got on there. So hope you enjoy the other videos too. So thanks a lot, and I will see you later.